Alright, this is a special video, and it has everything to do with drama, so file it into that category. You know, it's just a part of human nature that nobody likes a traitor. Even the side which is benefiting from the traitor, they don't like the traitor. So, for example, Edward Snowden is being given safe harbor in the Russian Federation. But I think it's safe to assume that Vladimir Putin will never accept Edward Snowden into the Kremlin's inner circle, because he's known as a man who leaks secrets, so he can't be trusted. By revealing that he had made surreptitious recordings of Brett Keane, Palm Jam has damaged his reputation on YouTube considerably. He's seen as a traitor by many. Paul's Ego described him as a deep cover troll who was deliberately pumping Brett for information for years while pretending to be his friend. Yet, in my video, the Brett Keane cycle continues unabated. I offered a different possibility, a different view of Palm Jam. I asked Brett Keane if he considered that perhaps Palm Jam really was his friend, but that Brett's behavior offended Palm Jam's conscience so much that he made him into an enemy. Well, I can't claim to know for sure, one way or the other. But here's what I do know. A lot of people have been wondering whether or not Palm Jam actually has the goods, or whether he was just bluffing about these recordings. Well, tonight I spoke to Palm Jam on Skype at some length, and he shared a private video with me. 4 minutes and 52 seconds worth of what he calls behind the scenes with Brett Keane. And I'm here to tell you guys, it is the most chilling thing I've ever fucking heard. I mean, have you guys ever heard the Nixon tapes? It is exactly like that. Like, just pure evil unmasked. I mean, it's the kind of thing that after hearing it, you just feel dirty. You wish you hadn't heard it, you know? And, of course, because this is a recording of conversations between Palm Jam and Brett Keane, you not only get to hear Brett Keane, but you get to hear Palm Jam as well. And what I heard when I listened to the recording wasn't the voice of a deep cover troll pumping someone for information, unless he's a very good actor. What I heard was the voice of someone who was deeply shocked and upset by what he was hearing. And Brett Keane just sort of blithely ignoring that, or perhaps not noticing it, just continuing on speaking to Palm Jam as if he were a co-conspirator. You know, in this very chummy sort of tone, like a crony. Only I guess Brett didn't realize that Palm was not his crony. Now, I asked Palm Jam, why are you sharing this with me? What makes you so sure that I won't release this recording myself, now that I have it in my possession? And he said, well, he essentially said, I don't think that you're going to do that. And I guess he knows me pretty well, because I don't see any reason to ever release the 4 minutes and 52 seconds that I have in my possession. I think it would serve no other purpose besides inflating the drunken peasants' coffers, bringing in more views and more donation money for them. And they have quite enough. You know, I'm sure they've already spent this quote-unquote legal defense fund on weed and video games, if I know these guys. After sharing the 4 minute and 52 second long video with me, Palm Jam claims that he proceeded to delete the remaining 2 hours that he had in his possession. Part of me, call it my morbid curiosity, the darkest part of myself, the part that clicks on best gore videos, part of me will always regret not hearing the remaining 2 hours, just to hear how bad it really gets. But I'm here to tell you guys that from what I did hear, it's just shocking. It's you know, it makes me realize that during the time I was speaking to Brett Keane on the phone and on Skype for hours and hours each day, he really was playing me more than I thought. He really didn't trust me at all. I knew he was playing me. I knew he was manipulating me. I kind of hoped that I could just be a positive influence on him all the while. But for whatever reason, reasons that I can't understand at all, it seems that Brett Keane had a great deal of trust for Palm Jam. He really took this guy into his inner circle and took off the mask, showed his true face. And it's a very unpleasant face. I said that part of me wishes I could hear the remaining 2 hours, but another part of me, the greater part, is really relieved that I'll never get to, and that no one will. I mean, you guys probably figure I'm exaggerating. I am not. This is chilling stuff. It's just fucking shocking. Now, why am I making this video right here? Am I doing it to defame Brett Keane? The answer is no. Everybody already knows that Brett Keane is a manipulator and a liar. His reputation isn't going to get any worse than it already is, unless the full recordings do still exist and they ever come out. Oh boy. I mean, he will get lynched right the fuck off YouTube. It's that bad. It is that bad. But that's not the reason I'm making this video. The reason I'm making this video is to clear the name of someone who I now suspect that I may have had figured wrong. You know, everybody's been warning me about Palm Jam. I'm not going to name names. I mean, one of them is a name that you should all be able to assume. But a lot of other people as well have been saying, don't trust this Palm Jam guy. He's a backstabber. He's clearly a manipulator. He's a deep cover troll, etc. and so forth. That may be so. It could be that he's such a master of the game that he's got even me fooled. But after listening to those 4 minutes and 52 seconds, I have a different view of Palm Jam. I think that my theory, which I put forth in the video The Brett Keane Cycle Continues Unabated, is the correct one. That Palm Jam genuinely is a man of conscience. Could I be wrong? Sure, I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But the purpose of this video is not to defame Brett Keane, but rather to clear Palm Jam's name. You know, what he told me in our Skype conversation is that he told Brett Keane that he was a troll, deliberately gathering information on him because he was angry. Essentially because his conscience was offended. What he told me, and of course if he were some Machiavellian genius, this would be a perfect way to pander to me. He told me that essentially my estimation of him, put forward in the Brett Keane cycle continues unabated, was the correct one. And that he was relieved that someone saw him for who he is, saw the situation for what it really is, and was able to see the truth. So, that is all the news that's fit to... Oh, and by the way, guys, don't bother pestering me for the recording that I have, which may indeed be the last remaining vestige of the Brett Keane tapes. Those 4 minutes and 52 seconds. I do have them. I will never release this. At least I can't foresee at this moment in time any possible reason or motivation that would cause me to release this. It is just dark, dark stuff. So, there you go. That's all the news that's fit to print. Keep it fake.